we're already giving off our personal information to buy stuff online. Yeah, right. We're getting to the stage where now you'll be able. I mean, we're there now already. I don't need to log into my computer now. I can literally just say, Alexa, purchase me a USB-C cable from Amazon, and then I'll get an email from Amazon saying to me that my cable's on the way. Do you know what I'm saying?
Jeez.
So where the technology is coming to that place where we're putting so much into the hands of AI and stuff like now that if we're not careful, we're going to lose something. I'm not saying that we're going to have a war against the robots or nothing like that, but seriously, we're putting so much into the hands of technology right now.
Skynet.
If they're talking about flying cars and whatnot, it won't be long before you'll be looking to get on a plane to go to Jamaica and there's no pilot.
Affinity Xtra, be extra.
Yeah, people, this is your boy here, Roger Moore, and Affinity Xtra, celebrating gospel music of Black origin, and we're here at the time of this shooting this video. We have got the latest. I'm alongside Marx, and we got the latest news of a new piece of technology that my son will be happy with. I know he's not happy with it. We've been discussing over the past year about it, and he's not been overly excited. But I call it the N pad. Some people call it the Switch. Some people call it the DS.
Different things
have been called about. But basically, Nintendo's launched properly for 2025.
Yeah.
Their intentions for 2025, what they're going to do. No messing about. Saw the trailer advert, utilizing stock Nintendo sounds to get everybody excited.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Touch them nerves. And then show the clip of Mario Kart.
Yeah.
It looked the same to me.
That has been the general talk. So
but how much better can you get more of it? Right,
I don't think they can. They are going to make it much better. I don't think they are.
Right, you go. Okay, before we get into it, guys, are you out of 10? Are you excited about this new product?
At the moment, in terms of excitement, I'm probably at a 6.
Will you buy it?
At a 6, no. But that 6 is solely because they've released the trailer, but they haven't released no details in terms of specs and all this kind of stuff. So everything else is very much just like guesswork at the moment based on things that have been said.
Have you had Nintendo before?
Yeah, I've had the Nintendo Switch
Which one?
Lite. I've had the standard Switch. I've had the Switch OLED.
Before that?
Huh?
Before that?
Before that. I've had every Nintendo that's been before that.
You had NES?
I've had the NES, the SNES, the N64, the Cube.
Every
Nintendo thing I've had.
Okay, because I was Sega
Game
Mega
Boy.
Drive, man. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, we know I had Master System, Mega Drive, and then I jumped over the 64.
Yeah.
And then I had the Cube.
The problem.
right.
What's the other one again? The white one. Not the Cube. The one that came after the Cube. I can't remember the name of it now.
Oh, goodness sake, man.
The white. It was an all-white console, and you had the joysticks.
The big joysticks, and it was like the DS before the DS came out, innit? Yeah, I know it's about. And you had the controllers with the screen in it.
No, not that one. I can't remember what it's called.
You took away Dreamcast?
No. This is gonna bug me. It's gonna seriously bug me.
I don't know what Marx is on about. Nintendo you talking about?
Yeah. It's gonna bug me because I had it and I can't. It's gone off my head.
It's getting mixed up between the Super Famicom.
No, I'm not, bro. I'm telling you,
Super Famicom. Only big man know what Super Famicom is. You know.
It's gonna bug me, man.
But man spent too much time with CX, bro. He's been CX. He's got mixed up with the Neo Geo. You know the one there still, people.
It's gonna bug me. I need to find out now.
But got mixed up between the Atari Lynx.
Right, here we go. List of Nintendo systems.
Okay, go on.
The Wii.
Wii. Oh, goodness. Yeah, I had the Wii as well.
That's what I'm saying. That's gonna bug me.
Yeah, that's gonna annoy you.
I've literally had everything. The Wii, the Wii U. I've had all of them.
Wii U, that's the one. The Wii U. Yeah. You had the Wii U.
Yeah, like I said, I had every Nintendo console I've had.
Okay.
Man, so.
What's your Nintendo game? Go-to Nintendo game.
Go-to Nintendo game
that
Zelda.
You can.
Zelda, 100%.
Wow.
Zelda.
Wow.
I am a Zelda fan through and through. That is me. Nintendo and Zelda. Wow.
Zelda.
Yeah.
I said, well, I've never played and had no desire to play.
After Zelda, then it'll be GoldenEye.
Man knows about GoldenEye. Do you know about Perfect Dark?
I know about Perfect Dark. Yeah, I know about Perfect Dark. With the girl in it.
Yeah. Perfect Dark. That's like an alien type thing. Yeah. GoldenEye, that's a classic. That was the fundamentals. That was the game. That was the fundamentals. The whole genre.
Yeah.
What about America?
Yeah, America was dead. Like, I honestly think, and me and my friends say this all the time, I don't think there's anybody in this, I'll say in the world, that's how sure I am, that has played Mario Kart or GoldenEye more than the four of us did. Literally, we used to like, every time we could be around each other's houses, we were there. All the school holidays, we were there. There was a group of four of us, and literally we would wake up 9 o'clock in the morning, 9 o'clock at night, we're still there.
You're still like
we only leave that room to go toilet, to eat, come back. Do you know what I'm saying? We rinsed that game till there was nothing to be rinsed.
Watch Mark's hands like this because they be mashed up and playing too much games.
Bro, trust me.
Shaking hardcore. So, what about? I mean, you know what? It was a cool game, and it was on Nintendo first. Bomberman.
Oh yeah, I've still got Bomberman. I've got Bomberman on my PlayStation 5 now, the original version that they remade. Yeah. I've got the Super Nintendo version still.
Okay.
So yeah, Bomberman.
I got it in the Mega Drive.
Yeah. Listen,
and in the Mega Drive you could go up to 8 players or something stupid
there
like that.
There was like so many great games Nintendo released. Like I said, those ones we talked about, Killer Instinct, Superstar Soccer, Sensible Soccer.
Killer Instinct, you rated that?
Yeah, Mega Man. There's so many games. So many games. I can go on for things, man. Loads and loads. There's a few that
Did you ever play the original NES's original game, which was Donkey? The one where they're throwing the ball. You actually played that one?
All of them. Listen.
I'm just making sure I'm making sure that it's legit out here. I'm
up to now, I don't know where I had the money for it, right? But I played them games, all the Donkey Kongs. Listen, everything, the Tetrises, the Dr. Marios, the list is endless. Every game that, well, I won't say every game that came out on Fin, I've rinsed all the popular games. I've rinsed them.
So how are you going to resist this whole new Switch 2?
I'm not saying I am going to resist it. I'm just saying in terms of my excitement levels, it's not high because
there's not much.
They haven't talked about the specs yet. Because at the moment, just from the trailer, it looks like what they're giving us is a bigger screen. They've remodeled the shape of it and stuff like that. But I'd suspect Nintendo are going to do what Nintendo do, which is very minor. I mean, a very minor spec bump, because the Switch, in terms of the specs, is not really different from the OLED apart from the screen. The Switch Lite is, the specs is not terribly different apart from it's all-in-one console. They didn't do anything to make people think, oh, this is a much more powerful console for any three of those models. I expect this one is now just going to be a bigger screen. It's backward compatible, which they had to do. They've changed the Joy-Cons because everyone complained about the Joy-Cons attached to it. They've made them magnetic. So they've changed the model shape of it, but specs inside, I reckon it's going to be not too far from the current one. We'll see. I probably will get it eventually, but I'm not going to be in a rush to get it unless I can see it's a clear
game changer.
Yeah.
I always called it to my son the Nintendo Switch. I called it the Nintendo Pad. Would you say it's more? Is the because obviously I haven't really played. I ain't been on it, man. You know, I'm just not feeling it. You know, but the thing is, have you accessibility? Because I know like YouTube and social medias as the operating system evolved into that as it moved.
It is very much gaming apps and stuff like that. You can't watch. You can't do like.
Would you want Nintendo to go that way?
I wouldn't.
Okay.
It's very similar to the arguments of, do you really want the iPad to become like a computer? I think I want the iPad to stay as an iPad, something for note taking, doing little bits, maybe use it as a controller desk, but I don't want it to become something that is going to replicate everything I can do on a MacBook.
Okay, cool.
Same thing, the Switch. I want it to be a designated gaming console. I think Nintendo, the only reason Nintendo are doing this, I think if all these other companies, because Asus and Steam and all these other companies, recently there's been a massive flurry of handheld
systems, very much, and they're good as well. They're good, very good.
They're good to the point of they're better than the Switch in many ways, because all these other consoles, apart from the ones which are like Steam designated, all the other ones from Asus and whatnot, you can play Xbox on that, you can play PlayStation on that, you can play Steam on that, you can play if you get it modded, you can play your Nintendo game on that. You know what I'm saying? So there's no reason for people to buy anything other than that. So Nintendo had to release something
that competes
to answer back. And to me, to be honest, if Nintendo really want people to switch over and start spending stupid money, what they need to do is start making it backward compatible. It's backward compatible to the Switch, the original Switch. Make it backward compatible to Game Boy. So people can pull out all their old Game Boy games, their old DS games,
yeah.
I don't know, some way, find some way of making it compatible so you can like add adapters and maybe play your N64 games if you want. I mean, I know they've got the store, the game store anyway, so there's a lot of like games that are on N64 or on Nintendo which you can just download and whatever. But there's people that are not going to want to download it because they've got the cartridge. They just want a system that they can pull it on. You know what I'm saying? So if they make it backwards compatible, then they'll get my money.
Okay,
that'll move from a 6 straight to like a 9 before it even comes out.
Yeah. Okay, guys, you know, like I said, I'm not really Nintendo guy, so we can swiftly move on from that man still anyway. But listen, you know, watch your space, you know what I mean, and we might do unboxing here.
If I get it, I'll bring it up here and we do an unboxing. Definitely, 100%.
Yo, that'll be interesting, man. Anyone knows
the original
ones, man. The original ones. Right.
So
CS,
CS, right?
CS. Why is everybody? It seems like everybody's trying to phone me here. Listen, you know, guys, you're trying to do a podcast, and I picked up. I said to Mark, I'm going to try out this Apple ID AI integrated, like profile, and then everybody's phoning me through, thinking AI. You meant to be my personal secretary out here. Right. Let's have a look at this. Right. So CES has came out the other day. There's some YouTube videos, new products are going on there still and whatsoever. So we're going to quickly briefly go through some of the products that we saw, what wowed us, what it was really cool. Firstly, everybody seemed to focus on the car that they had there. Now imagine having a Honda and Sony did some combination. I think and it had a car. Imagine with ChatGPT. Bro, just imagine, bro. Are you comfortable with AI literally having access to your electric car, bro?
No. I'm just saying it now. I'm not.
But you will conform. You'll buy one next year.
No, I'll tell you what it is. There's a difference between me giving AI control over things that I can safely do. Do you know what I'm saying? But when you're talking about things like that, we're talking about me basically putting my life in the hands of something that I have no control over.
So you're not into self-driving?
No, I'm not. I mean, okay.
So could you go in an Uber with no driver?
No, I couldn't. For me to go in an Uber with no driver, there needs to be an option in that car where if something's gone wrong, me as a passenger can take over and bring myself to a point of safety. But if I have to say, you know what, get in a car and I have to rely on this car to navigate me, right? Because don't forget, a true self-drive car, there's not some like 100 customer service agents in some room controlling the car for you to bring you to where you are. You know what I'm saying? It's not like what the army do, for example, with drones. You know what I'm saying? It's literally the computer is just maybe you're putting the details of where you want to go, whatever. I don't know how it's going to work, but I can't knowingly put myself or my life in the hands of something, knowing that technology can go wrong at any point. It doesn't matter how far technology comes. There's always going to be the option for a flaw, and for me to put my life in the hands of something which potentially can flaw, like if you need to come to a traffic light and you need to stop and suddenly something goes wrong and the car keeps driving when other cars are coming across you, I need to have some kind of option where I can either open the door and jump out or make this thing come to a stop or emergency thing switch to kill the power or something. So until I heard that kind of thing is an option, I wouldn't get it.
I seen a video where you had two old men in a car with no driver. But self-drive. They were pooing themselves, man. They were screaming. They couldn't handle it, bro. You're going to the lights, bro, with no driver in there. They always fainted.
Bro, they were not me, man. Not me. I'm telling you now, not me. Not me.
The crazy eventualities. But either way, they got the car, their ChatGPT can talk to, have conversations while you're driving. You know what I mean? It's all good, man. But that'll be interesting. But Not for now, but okay, bro. Laptops and stuff. And the thing is, being Apple people, they got a lot of brands out there, which I'm like, but there are decent brands.
Yeah.
Asus. Laptops, they're coming out that people are quite excited about with laptops. And then there's one laptop which has an extendable, you saw it, extendable height screen. Where you had the laptop there and then you can pull it up higher. So it comes, the screen comes out of underneath the keypad up. You know, I just think it's more things to go wrong, to be honest, with your laptop. Do I really need it? But it's what CES is all about.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I love about CES is that it's not just a case of we are bringing this out, check it out. There are a lot of companies as well which are thinking we've got this great concept in our head and we just wanted to show it to you.
Yeah.
So there's stuff that you probably wouldn't have to worry about coming out anytime soon.
You seen the helicopter one?
I haven't seen the helicopter one, no.
No, they had this helicopter that could fit in the car.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, you fold it and put it in the car, and the show
sounds mad.
And when it unpack it out, and then you just go flying.
No, I've not seen that.
Like a drone, like
I've
a
not
big,
seen that. Yeah.
Bro, and it come out, and they got a video of them flying. You mad? Are you mad?
Yeah.
You absolutely mad?
Yeah, and see, that's what I'm talking about. There's certain things that I'm just not doing.
Yeah. So I'm a boring person. I don't do bungee jumping. Yeah, if you can trust it, imagine trusting the string. But you tell me you done it. The bungee jumping.
It's on my to-do list. It might be on my to-do list till the day I die. I don't know if I'm going to do it.
That's like skydive. Like, why am I going to skydive? Oh, you get the thrill. Listen, I get no thrill from caffeine. I don't need that thrill.
You know, I'm more. See, there's certain things I wouldn't. To be fair, I wouldn't bungee jump because I don't like the idea. It sounds weird. I wouldn't bungee jump because I don't like the idea of going down on the string. That string snaps you about instant death. There's nowhere else for you to fall. I would skydive because if something goes wrong when I'm in the air, at least I've got time to do what I need to do or say whatever prayers I need to say before I hit the ground. Bungee jumping, as soon as you come down, if that thing snaps, you're done. If my parachute doesn't go, in my head, I've got at least a good minute and a half, 2 minutes before I hit ground. They will say a quick prayer. Is my phone in me? They will quick call.
Mama, I love you. Yeah, I mean,
I would jump out of a plane, but yeah, not no bungee, man. Forget the bungee.
Yeah. No, 100%. But yeah, they had that car there, so that's crazy. They had a wireless. I seen a wireless TV.
They had a lot of good products.
You know what I'm saying? And it could stick it on the wall and all this business. I'm thinking, what the heck? You know what I'm saying? So you could put it in the middle of nowhere. And this see-through TV concept thing.
I like the concept of that. And you know why I like the concept of that?
Put because it right here.
The first time I saw something like that was in an old sci-fi movie back in the 90s. I can't remember which one it was. I want to say Demolition Man. I don't know if it is that. But they had a technology that looked like a see-through screen, or maybe even Minority Report, where he's doing all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So to be able to see something like that in real life, in terms of a see-through screen, even if I personally might not get it, because when they're showing it, I'm still seeing people walk across, and I can see them in the background, even though I can still see the image clearly. I like that idea because it tells me technology is coming fast, and as someone that loves technology, I like to see what's coming up. And advancing. But I think for CES, for me, I think the things that were impressing for me were the things which I would say realistically, I would get this or I would get that. Okay. So I got one here, which is this one's by a company called Basis, and basically what it is, it's how can I put it? It's a hotspot device, which is also a power bank at the same time. So you can hotspot your phone to it. So if you needed a hotspot, you can connect your phone to this device. If you need to charge it, you can connect your phone to that as well. So you can literally charge your phone and hotspot at the same time. I like the usefulness sound of that, and that's what I'm about. Things that I could see myself using on a day-to-day basis. There's plenty of areas I go into where my network might not be working, but if this hotspot is working and I could charge my phone at the same time, then that works for me.
Okay, cool. Whatever tech you got.
So the other one, this is a gaming one. So this is like this is from it's called the OSnap iPhone controller. So you basically for iPhone gaming. So you put your phone in this controller, and I'm only taking a quick screenshot there.
Cool, I can see.
But this one it's also a phone case. So it flips over like a phone case. So it protects your phone.
Yeah.
And all that. So it's a phone cover, but then when you flip it a certain way, it turns into a controller.
Okay.
So you can literally walk around with it. That's your protection for your phone. But if you want to game when you're like, I don't know, on your lunch break at work or you're on a train somewhere or wherever, or even in your yard. So I like that because again, I can see myself buying one. But I buy controllers for my iPhone anyway. Yeah. But I can have it as my phone case, so wherever I'm going, I can walk around with my phone protective. And if I just fancy playing the game, I could switch to it. I would get that. So it's called the O-Snap iPhone controller. Oh yeah, I'd buy that. Depending on the price, I probably wouldn't spend more than 80 quid.
Okay.
On that.
Okay.
And the only reason I say 80 quid is because the ones I currently got cost about 80 to 100.
Okay. Yeah.
But I would get that.
Okay, that's quite innovative. And we mentioned before the show, we talked about the new chips, which is going to make a big difference to the handheld. We got excited about the Nintendo Switch, but end of the day, still Lenovo and so a lot of these companies now are going, okay, we can stick these Ryzen mobile chips, chuck them in there, have some stupid level of power in these little mini, you know, handhelds used to be such a niche market.
It used to be, yeah.
But do you handheld gaming?
I do a lot of handheld gaming. It's funny how many, like, I do a lot of like...
saying that, I know where you're up, but
I do a lot of commuting, so I'm on the train a lot, and I see a lot of people with handheld consoles. The new Asus ones, the Steam Decks, the Switches, I see a lot of people with them.
Serious?
Yeah. So I think they are. The only thing for me is that when you're talking about like things like the PSP with before, or like the Game Boys or the Switches, the Switch, you know, maximum one I think was 350. The PSP I think used to go for like 200. Game Boys were about 150. These new generation handhelds, I'm seeing them go up to like £1,000, and most of them start from about £600. And that is the only thing for me, is that they're costing more than buying like a PlayStation 5, an Xbox.
Yeah.
And for me, considering that I'll be playing my PlayStation 5 all the time, I don't know, bro. It's like £600 on a handheld for me. I will use it, but £600 sounds a bit steep for me.
Yeah. Got it.
Sounds a bit steep for me. I'd rather just buy a controller for my iPhone and buy a few games on there.
Yeah. No, straight, because they do the job out there as well. But what makes me laugh is that you know, when it comes to these situations, all these companies are trying to do some really cool tablets, and I'm thinking, I just think it's just not a waste of time, but iPad's just gone. It's just, you can't touch it.
Yeah, you
can't touch it.
The only thing for me that I'm liking about the new tablets,
but they're good, you know. They've got some better. They got better screens, better chips. They're faster, but it's the operating system that holds it back.
I think when it comes to, I mean, I'm always going to be iPad, but the only thing that at the moment that interests me when I'm looking at the other devices which are better, where I see it's better than in iPad, is when it comes to tablets. I love large screens. I love the iPad Pro, and the 12.9 inch or the 13 inch now.
Forget that.
But Samsung's biggest one, I think, is like 15 inches or 16 inches, and I love it because of the size of the screen. Because I use my iPad as, like I said, a controller for when I'm doing a lot of like video stuff out. Other than that, it also gets used for when I'm doing things like Sky Go, watch my football, lying in bed at night watching a bit of Netflix. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes I do a bit of office work on there, so I might load up Excel sheets and do a bit of stuff on there. So I like the big screens. If I was to get a bigger screen one like the one Samsung's got, 16 inch, the only thing with that is I can't see myself making that a travel thing. It'll probably be a big screen I use at home that I can just move about with. Because even though I love big screens, I don't want something, because the whole point about the iPad mini, why it's probably my favorite iPad, is because it's so small, I can take it everywhere with me. It gets to the point where the bigger the screen gets, the more harder it gets to manage it in terms of your hands and stuff like that. So it probably wouldn't be one of those things like, so when I'm doing, for example, like backstage events, I couldn't use a 16 inch as my thing with all the getting all my details.
You're moving around with things like this, innit?
It'd be the smaller one. So I love the big screen thing. That is the thing for me. I'm the same with phones. Most times I prefer the Pro Maxes to the Pros. But it looks lovely. The Samsung one looks lovely, and I think if iPad did a 15 inch one, I probably would get it.
What are you thinking? They have really gone too hard on the folded. You know what I'm saying? How are you feeling about the fold? Like the Pixel Fold is meant to be serious, very very serious.
There's two things I'm going to say about that. Yeah,
Go on.
I think this whole folded phone thing is a phase. I think it's going to fade out again, like
Okay.
it did when it first came.
Okay.
Because before we had straight phones like the iPhones. Before, I'm talking about going back when the phones were the thing. Folded phones went through a phase. They all faded out after about 2-3 years.
More two the wings, innit?
I reckon we're going. Yeah, I reckon it's going to be the same
Razor.
thing. It's the new thing. Everyone's going to jump on it.
Mm-hmm.
So they're going to fold that. The second thing I'll say is I'm yet to see a man with a folded phone. I've not seen any men with folded phones. I've seen loads of women with them.
I know one dude. Yeah, his hairstyle dudeish. You know what I'm saying? It will kill me when they say that. But that, but no. I've seen, and bro, did this waste. For me, it's a girly thing. You know, the fold. That's the market is.
Yeah.
But you got the fold, but also you got the big folds as well. The big, for me. I was saying to A Dazzle, I said, because he's always doing using Canva on his phone. So I said to him, I said, bro, like a fold would suit you if the cameras are as good as the normal one, because you do so much on the road, camera wise, because he does a lot of social media things. It would be the perfect device. You know what I'm saying? So I can see where the fold is, the big fold anyway. So not the small wings fold, but the big fold. Like if I could fold this, that'd be interesting.
See, you know what the thing for me is as well. Even if I was saying, the folds look nice, this, that, and the other, blah, blah. The one thing I will never be able to get my head past, because I've got this kind of OCD thing where I like things to be like that. So even when I put this phone on the stand here, before I let go of it, I'm making sure that both sides of it are equal. Yeah. So with the folds, I will not be able to get past that crease. I can't. I'll always be rubbing my hands on it, trying my best to like level it out, and I will not be able to get past the crease.
Man's watching Batman, and getting vexed because
trust me, I'll be watching stuff on there, and all I can see is this crease, and it'll annoy me that I can't stretch it or rub my hands or fold it. And they get better with it because I've watched a couple of reviews where some creases are even harder to see now. But if I can see, even if it's only in certain lights, it's gonna do my head. That would be one of the reasons. My main reason I probably wouldn't get one, because if I can see the crease, I don't want it.
Yeah, no, 100%. No, 100% with that, man. I hear that. One of the devices, which, because of, like I said, with CES, watching the reviews, they had a review where they had a product where you could have a solar panel and it was like material thing. And you could actually put it on hats, put it on bags.
Yeah.
So your bag, they got a bag and they put the material. It's a company that'll sell to companies. And you put it, and you can imagine having the material on your bag, and you can charge everything in this really cool looking bag, but it's powered by solar power.
Yeah.
And that's where I've seen even with power banks. We talk about power banks, but imagine having a bag which you can leave in the sun, even though we don't get much here, and you can charge off that.
Yeah, that'd be good.
I don't know about the whole radiation thing where I don't be covered. But the thing is, you don't need a power bank. You just charge off the bag. Don't know how you'll clean it though. You know what I'm saying?
One of the devices in CS that I saw, there's ones out there already, but this one just kind of caught my attention. Also, we did a video where we were talking about vlogging, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there's a company called ShiftCam. And they've released an SSD that you can plug into your phone, but it is literally the size of a thumbstick. But it's an SSD, so they've managed to get the hard drive over SSD. You can get up to, I think they said you can get up to like 2 terabytes of it. So it's about this size, right? And then you just got the thing, so it plugs into the bottom of your phone.
I think I saw it.
It's so small.
Is it come across like that?
Yeah.
I saw it.
And I looked at it, I thought, that would be quite useful to have one of those just in my bag for when I'm going out and about. If I want to quickly record anything ProRes and whatnot, just quickly stick this thing in. I don't need to have proper SSD like the Samsung TES, the T7s or whatever.
But you got Lexar's got the ones that you can magnetically put in the back as well. Of them there, and they're kind of going cheap now as well. Whatever. What's it's interesting, bro, is the rings. I know it's something that we talk about on Apple Ring or whatever. There now, when you get, I got my ring here now. I can imagine now having another ring that's capturing information, monitoring your movements. I got Apple Watch already. So, how are you feeling about this ring thing?
The way you just started it is probably the best way. My first question when I heard the ring was, what is it going to give me that my Apple Watch is not giving me?
Yeah.
If it picks up health readings better than the Apple Watch, because obviously it's something on your finger, and a lot of time when you go into hospitals, they slip
on your
onto
finger, yeah,
you know what I'm
correct.
saying? And when you look medically, finger's probably the best way to get a reading. So if the ring could pick up medical things a lot
Quicker,
better,
Yeah, it's
for
worth
someone in my situation where I've got a lot of medical issues,
it. Yeah.
that could be a thing. But in terms of the other health stuff, in terms of walking and this, that, and the other, if it's no better than the Apple Watch, I will smile at it because, like I said, I like tech. So, this is a nice little tech thing. But I probably wouldn't invest in it because I'm happy with the Apple Watch. I'm a watch person anyway. I've said it before in previous videos. I collect watches, not just smart watches. I've got even standard watches. So I own probably about 35 watches at the moment.
Jeez.
So I'm always adding.
I ain't got one.
So Apple Watch will always be my thing in terms of it does what I need to do in terms of time, health, all that kind of stuff. So the ring would have to do something very special for me to want to get it. But I like the idea of the technology. I'm amazed that they can pack that amount of technology in something so small. And what you also got to consider is that the technology must be so small because rings come in different sizes. Your hand is not the same as mine. Mine is not the same. So that means they need to get that technology into various sizes of rings. You know what I'm saying? And it has to operate the same way as it does for everybody the same way. So the technology is very good. So I'm amazed when I look at it in that sense. I like what they're doing. But just for me, I wouldn't. But if it works for other people, I know there's people that use some of the rings because there's rings out already. There's people that use them and they love it. They they live by it. There's people that are not into watches, but they would have a ring, for example.
I think overnight you more leave your ring on than you want to leave a watch because I leave my watch on for
I sleep with my watch.
You know what I'm saying? You know me. It's cool with me, but sometimes you just want to charge up your watch and you know what I mean overnight rather than whatever. And if it keeps the same readings.
I mean, the thing about the Apple Watch is it charges really fast. So I literally leave my watch on overnight, so it stays on all day. The only time my watch was coming off was literally. When I wake up in the morning, after I do my prayer, my tea and whatnot, I take it off to go in the shower because I never trust, even though it's supposed to be waterproof, I don't trust it like that. So while I'm in the shower, it's charging. And by the time I come out of the shower, it's really giving me enough to get through that day anyway. So,
that's calm. That is calm. That's calm. No. That's... we'll see. But it's like, how do you charge the ring? It's just like if you take it off and
I think they'll probably create a charger similar to the Apple one. I can see it probably being something where you kind of just like stick the ring over something on the desk. And it will just charge.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, that Honda, that is the Honda O series. That's what was going on about. With their AI. Obviously improving robots. Let's see what it's go. I can imagine they're full of robots. You know what I mean? If you're watching enough anime, you should be getting very nervous.
I'm already a bit nervous already, and I'll tell you what it is. Like I said, I love technology. I love it's advancing, but it's gonna sound silly. But you watch things like Terminator, and you see about the robots coming in and stuff like that. Yeah. When you watch what's going on in the world right now, we're not far off, and Elon Musk recently did an event with the new Tesla cars where he had a whole massive event over in America and all the hosts were robots. It was a bar. The barman was a robot serving drinks. I think the person welcoming guests to the inside the building was a robot. He had robots situated all over. Then he had robots just walking around the crowd, just talking to people. There's been a lot of controversy since then saying that these robots they weren't like full-on robots. There was people controlling them, and the voice you was hearing was the people's voice coming through the robot.
Got you.
The technology was close enough for them to be able to do that. And I think that's what people are missing on is that the robots still had to be able to walk from A to B. With the technology, even though someone's moving them, the technology to do that, there had to be all the necessary parts of the robot. Even though the vocal part and the control might have been a human, everything else was a robot. Because the robot still had to put his hand around the glasses to serve it to people, pick up the bottle, serve it to people. So the technology is there, and I'm thinking we're getting closer and closer. And with the rise of things like that, the rise of things like AI, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but we are in danger of putting a lot of control into the hands of technology.
Wow.
Do you know what I'm saying? Wow. We really are. Because at the end of the day, we're already giving off our personal information to buy stuff online. Yeah, right? We're getting to the stage where now you'll be able. I mean, we're there now already. I don't need to log into my computer now. I can literally just say, Alexa, purchase me a USB-C cable from Amazon, and then I'll get an email from Amazon saying to me that my cable's on the way. Do you know what I'm saying?
Jeez.
So where the technology is coming to that place where we're putting so much into the hands of AI and stuff like now that if we're not careful, we're going to lose something. I'm not saying that we're going to have a war against the robots or nothing like that, but seriously, we're putting so much into the hands of technology right now.
Skynet.
If they're talking about flying cars and whatnot, it won't be long before you'll be looking to get on a plane to go to Jamaica and there's no pilot. The plane will just run by itself for 8 hours in the air all the way to Jamaica.
You know what I'm saying? And land perfectly. Absolutely crazy. And I think that, yeah, man, CES is just obviously always showing what's coming up next, what ideas people are looking at. And just for me, geek out, there's nothing really applicable for a lot of stuff, but the monitors, loads of different quality monitors. You know, we're moving from 4K to 6K now monitors, you know, and it's going to be, you know, and what the beauty of probably the wider market is that basically you're going to have the choice of LG, you know what I mean, today. Samsung's going to give their version, Panasonic going to have their version. I think Panasonic they're saying it's back into the TV market, some great screens. And this is when you're going to know about OLED and whatever. I remember back in the day, getting big screens were like real expensive, £4,000 or £5,000. Now it's getting cheaper.
Screens are mad cheap now. It's crazy cheap. I mean, one of the technologies I saw at CES was they've got this digital window. So basically, it looks like a window in your house. So you could literally have it installed as part of your window frame. But then the digital screen can display whatever you want it to display, whether it be the sea or whatever. But the technology is done in a way where if you're sitting, for example, you're sitting in your office and you've got this window here and you had like a forest, it literally would feel like there's a forest outside your house. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't feel like, okay, that's a monitor. It feels like that's my window and I'm actually looking at a forest. You know what I'm saying? And again, these things I like because these things that I could see myself getting. If I was in the house and I was able to replace the whole frame with that kind of technology, and I mean, I'm big on, like, you heard me say, I'm big on Japanese culture. If I could have like some Japanese town or temple or whatever on this window and feel like I'm in Japan just sitting in my house, I'm gonna do that. But the technology is amazing, man. I looked at that window and I was like, wow. Crazy. I think it was Justine that talked about it, and she was actually standing there, and the guy was displaying it to her, and she was asking him questions, and he was just flicking through certain things that they've got in terms of the screen, and she was saying while she was standing there live that the screen literally, she felt like that is the window is showing her that she's actually there. Wow. And I felt like that watching it on YouTube, you know what I'm saying, just at 4K. So imagine the real thing there. So
yeah, it's crazy. Technology keeps on moving, guys, and you know, and we just here to either bring you the good news or the bad news, how it's advancing. And you might think, oh, why are you guys going about this? Listen, guys, get ready for this technology. It's about understanding what's coming next. It's about making things efficient, effective, what you're doing, not being ignorant to it. People just want to still stick to the good old book. But there's so much things that make your life easier as well. You know, even down to these little mobile hoovers, which I can't get my head around. You know what I'm saying? But when you got a big house and your mansion, you definitely understand that, and you can hoover the house while you're out there anyway. Still, you know. So, but I believe in hoovering because it makes you feel good. You know, when you're just hoovering, and it's called thinking time. But anyway, listen, we're going to end off the show here. It's myself, Roger Moore, alongside Marx. Please comment if you got any questions tech-wise, if you got any questions, any advice, any shows you got ideas you want us to talk about from our experiences. We're not know-it-alls, but trust me, we've been around long enough. We've been around from 8-bit right up to how much bit we on now?
Gosh, it depends on what bit of technology you're using. Really.
Yeah, no. So we come from 8-bit, man, you know what I mean, right up now to where we are now, from ZX Spectrums to all that stuff, and you know, to Commodore Amigas, to you know what I mean, to 286, 386, 486 PCs, IBM PCs.
But I was reminiscing with some of my friends recently. Do you remember LimeWire?
Yeah.
And I remember like the days where probably shouldn't have said this on the thing, but the days where we used to download like MP3s and it would take like hours to download songs or hours to download whatever.
Napster tried that as well.
Yeah,
Napster.
and this is on dial-up internet, and now you could do like albums upon albums in like 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying?
It's crazy.
It's like mad.
You know what I'm saying? People uploading gigabytes like it's nothing now. You know what I'm saying? Like it's nothing.
Yeah.
And back in the day, sending an MP3 via email, it's like, I'm gonna go and do a cup of tea and have lunch and stuff like that. So it's an hour
100%.
You know, it was like what was the speeds? Was it like was it something KB
in it?
KBS. I don't know what the speed was. It 16 or 56K, 56 and 128K. And he was like, 128. And then
like, even like a show like this, like the video for this one will be like gigs. You know what I'm saying? If we tried to download gigs back in those days, you're talking about a 2-week wait on LimeWire before you got it.
But I remember people saying that they used to just leave it overnight.
Yeah, literally overnight. Sometimes literally you leave for 3 days. I used to leave my PC on, just downloading stuff for 3 days because it was taking so long.
Jeez, crazy. So from the criminal activity we used to do as young people, you know what I'm saying? I never had LimeWire, by the way. But listen, it's Roger here, and Affinity Xtra celebrating Gospel Music Black Origin alongside Marx. Blessings, people.
What's going on, people? I'm DJ H here. Make sure you check out all the stuff Affinity Xtra's got going on, man. We've got loads of content, loads of things coming out. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel, you know. Listen. Don't go anywhere, you know. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Subscribe is the main thing. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like it, and share it with your brethren, yeah?